used to always want to go left here. Obviously the water feeds its way up the right and then goes through the middle, splits this fairway, but it's a difficult angle into the breeze, fine downwind or off the left or right, but when it's into it, I think those left-hand bunkers are in play, and that's the one place you don't want to go. Even the penalty area, you can get lucky because it's quite narrow. It's a driver for McIlroy. It's never as wide as you think, this one.
This will test his driver out.
Right. This might be okay, actually. If he keeps moving right, that's one rock. Where is he gonna land? Where's he gonna land? And it lands dry for McIlroy. We've seen that numerous times over the years. Bounce on the rock and ended up fine.
And then the lucky dip. Safe.
You know, when it's driving that hard on 18, you almost want to aim at the water and hope the ball moves either left or right of it.
I think you start that right down the right, right down the right side. Yeah, and hit your shot. It should be perfect. I love it.
It's always asked the question, this tee shot. That's why I like it. Just.
Especially after that double bogey to start. Now back down with Rory McIlroy. Just for now.
He's okay, lie's good. There's not many wood chips, so he's got lucky.
He's been playing sticks for the last 10 seconds. Around his ball then, around his ball, just trying to clean and get the right lie. Yeah, we can see what's around it. Yeah, it's not very often you see a graphic like this of a drive that pitches on the rock and then just lands nearby. Rory.
308. I never saw him going for it. There was a few hand gestures, quite a lot of work in the book, so just a layup. As I said, the lie is good.
Aiming at the river, you've got to make sure you cut it. With a fade on it.
A few times today he's come over the top of a few shots that he was trying to hold left to right. Have you ever seen two breaks like this in succession,
Never.
Ken? You've done this a long time, right?
Not when and water's involved.
I mean, seriously, 2 in a row and one off a bridge. I mean, seriously, this is ridiculous. What are the odds of that happening? Watch carefully. Lands in the penalty area, in the water, hops on the bridge, spins on the bridge, and then kisses a little bit of grass and comes back to rest on the bridge. Honestly.
Well, that was a precise layup, wasn't it?
I mean, seriously. Come on.
Oh, I dare say our graphics guys are going to have fun with that, aren't they? After what they did with the last.
But we want a camera on him for the next couple of minutes, because I don't think he does know that the ball is rest there and it's dry. Now, the only thing here is that, you know, would he be interfering with, you know, the wooden part of this bridge as we see this layup again? I leave it to you, Ken. I've had my part last time.
There he comes. He's thinking, oh, unbelievable.
The spin off the bridge is the one that gets me.
But he's still, it looks like he's inside the hazard line, a little bit close to the edge of the bridge. Could be awkward. It's certainly not lying well, but a lot better than it was going to be.
A lot higher than it was going to be. There's a referee being called, I think, down there.
But all jokes aside, we've seen a lot of shots left from McIlroy today. You know, all the shots that he's tried to hold up to the right, you know, he's turned in, which is the last thing you want when you try to play hold-up shots.
Yeah, he's been told he's got to play it because, as far as I'm aware, the bridge is in the hazard, so it's just part of the penalty area.
Never gets any luck, does he?
Do you have to fire anything tonight?
Look at the collection of graphics here. Pitch on the rock, hops, stays in the wooden chips on the right, then pitches into the penalty area, goes on the bridge, and then pitches with spin 90-degree left and stays dry.
Oh, I think our graphics department should take a bow after that one. That is one of the best we've seen all year long.
Well done, boys. Now, the thing is now, like, would his club on the follow-through would get awfully close to that little bit there.
170 yards, Anthony. Have you had a look at the lie?
Yeah, the lie's not great. He's on the downslope, 170, but the flight of the ball, I think, is what's going to catch the wooden bridge. It's not the club. So I think he's got to go left. How brave do you want to be?
Yeah, he was gesturing with his arm to play a big cut. You're about right, Ants. I think this is what he's going for.
It could go back 150 if he gets this wrong, though.
If he hits now the wooden thing in front of him and goes backwards into the penalty area and jumps out of the penalty again.
There's 10 cameramen behind him. I wouldn't be standing there.
Pin right. Way left and trying to put some cuts in.
No, he's not sure about this. He's not sure about this. Plus, playing into the wind. If you play such a big cut, it's going to play 30, 40 yards longer than the yardage suggests.
I'd be going miles left with this.
But he's sort of aiming left, miles left, but then he's got the club face wide open in the hope he's going to cut it. How far is that little curve in front of him on the bridge?
Only a couple of feet. That's what I'm worried for the ball flight as it takes off.
We've got the angle now, yeah.
There you go.
And sitting down like cuppy lie.
Twins his wrist about a month ago with a wedge.
Yeah, he's not too sure. I don't, you know.
This is the trouble when you're so good. Well, 95% would have already dropped it.
I think that he can see himself fly the thing, but if it goes wrong, we're talking about, you know, maybe him shooting himself out of this tournament. It's been a long day. It's not been his best day. He sits on 1 under, damage limitation.
Different plan now.
Just get it on the short stuff, don't we? Too ambitious.
Finds the green.
Beautiful. That must have had 30 yards of cut on it, or draw on it.
Always chases after it, doesn't he? The living highlights reel.
I almost felt like the club could have hit it as well. Especially if you're going after it.
If you can't go over it or under it, you have to go around it, something like that. Record here, certainly testament of that. What's ahead of Rory here, Anthony?
Up and over the slope, there's a sort of big bank up that right side. Then it will quicken towards the hole. 5 will be a great score.
Not the easiest 2-putt.
No,
Lots
absolutely
of
not.
Yeah.
A few grain changes. It's quite quick towards the end from about now.
He leaves himself an easy putt, but there's still a bit of work left for Rory after quite an eventful 18, to say the least. He does.
It's only a good story if it's got a good ending. It did for Rory McIlroy down the 18th hole there. Scintillating 5, round of 71 for him today.
To watch another DP World Tour video, click here, and to subscribe, click here.